It's not the Australia we know. Knife violence becoming so common, many no longer feel safe where they should, like the shopping centre. Today, a man with a knife tackled at a busy Melbourne mall, just weeks after what we saw at Bondi Junction. Something needs to change, and one state thinks it might have the answer.
Why? Why did this happen? You know, it's just innocent lives lost.
The crux of it is this doesn't happen in Australia.
On the footpaths of Bondi, a heartbroken nation in mourning. The hero mum, the young woman soon to be married, the architect, the artist, the student and the security guard. 6 innocent lives snatched away by the murderous hands of Joel Cauchi.
The devastating scenes at Bondi Junction are beyond words or understanding.
Days later, Bishop Marmari Emmanuel attacked in Sydney's southwest, allegedly by a 16-year-old terrorist.
I declared that it was a terrorist incident.
There have been 2 knife attacks at Melbourne's High Point shopping centre,
sending terrified customers scrambling to shelter in stores who quickly closed their doors.
Another across town just this afternoon at the Water Garden Centre in Melbourne's northwest. Earlier this year, it was Queensland. Grandmother Vilene White killed on her way to the shops.
When this particular animal stabbed my wife, right, he stabbed 4 of us in the heart.
They're so violent, it's hard to believe these attacks could happen in Australia. But they did, and they all involved knives. It's clear there's more work needed to make Australians feel safe again. Tonight, the new policing powers in Queensland paving the way for a national knife crime overhaul.
Put your arms out of it. Do you have any knives on your own? No. What's in that pocket there?
This is peak hour next to a popular shopping centre on the Gold Coast. Police are searching commuters for weapons, part of a knife wanding program, the first of its kind in Australia. Constable Stephen McClenahan explains how this simple device works.
You kind of go, is there anything on you that you'd like to declare? And more often than not, someone goes, yeah, I've actually got something on my person. So if I do it over your watch there, you can see the light turns red, and I'm feeling a vibration through the device.
Small but effective, they were first trialled in 2021 across 2 Gold Coast safe night precincts after the stabbing murder of Queensland teenager Jack Beasley in 2019. Deemed a success over 12 months, Jack's Law was formally passed last year. The program expanded to include 15 safe night precincts and public transport stations, including this heavy and light rail junction at Helensvale on the northern Gold Coast. How does it make you feel now that Queensland has been the first to take this step and is now leading the nation with this work?
Yeah, pretty proud. And pretty proud of some of the Gold Coast officers who worked with the Beasleys right on that ground level to get the basis of these laws up and running. So there are a number of Gold Coast officers that work very closely with Brett and Belinda, and you know, what a legacy. Tragic situation that they went through, and I don't know how you ever get over that, but what a fantastic legacy to know that they are keeping people safe forever now.
Queensland Police Superintendent Peter Miles.
We've had 170 weapons just in the Gold Coast district. That's over 500 people charged. And whilst it's not all about the number of knives and the people charged, it's about the presence that we provide.
And now the service is working with the state government, expanding Jack's Law again to include shopping centres. You think it's ready to go in shopping centre settings as well?
Yeah, I do. And I think if you ask the general public, would they be comfortable with police having those powers, the ability to wand persons in shopping centres? I think it'd be a strong yes.
Definitely. Needs to be expanded everywhere.
Gold Coast grandmother Patricia.
We need more of this going on, basically, because it is frightening to go out, and especially at my age, I can't fight back as good as some of the young ones.
She says she also fears for her 16-year-old grandson.
He was set upon by a group of guys who wanted his shoes, so he got quite a fright about that, and He was telling me that a lot of kids took knives to school and things like that.
You could be 10 years old and go on Marketplace, anything, and buy a machete or something, and then you can go roam the streets with that.
This 17-year-old is also a Gold Coast local.
People are obviously carrying them because they think they need protection, but do you think people also recognise that they're bringing danger into the community?
Yeah, 100%. I guess that's why people do it, because they feel powerful and they feel like they're bigger than they actually are.
And you see this operation out now, people are trying to stamp out that sort of behaviour. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I've dealt with it for a year, and it's like, I reckon it's good for the community. It makes people feel more safe.
And not only has it been great for Queensland, other governments have looked at it and thought that's a pretty good set of rules, set of laws. We had Western Australian representatives from their government over just this week.
And calls for change are now louder than ever in New South Wales. On the streets of Bondi, it's still so raw.
It was terrible, it was terrible. You still feel, when you walk in there, I think the crowds have dropped off too.
It's just so sad. It's really sad.
If you can search your bag at Coles and Woolworths or Aldi or Sports Girl, why can't you search your bag for weapons?
Something union heavyweights have joined forces on with Police Association boss Kevin Morton.
This is not about an enforcement issue, this is about keeping the community safe.
Look, we are contemplating a law change, and I think that's a reasonable thing to do when you see shocking violent crime in the state that has many in the community concerned.
New South Wales Premier Chris Minns.
There's been some calls for us to immediately implement the Queensland law, but it's a major change in New South Wales, and we want to make sure that we get it right.
Part of the process, listening to Queensland's Beasley family. Brett and Belinda invited to Sydney to discuss the laws named after their son.
Something that no parent ever should have to go through, and it's something that no family should have to go through.
It's got to be a no-brainer. Like, who would not want these laws? Who doesn't want to walk around safe,
Yeah, exactly. We should be trying anything that might make us a little safer.